all those people become criminals instantly. And they just threw water on the whole movement. And it worked. It really worked. It was Nixon and all the people that were in charge back then. If you look at what happened from 1960 to 1980, this confusing era of the 70s where the effects are wearing off, and then you get into the 80s and everybody's doing coke and they have makeup on and they have big hair and the music sucks. It's like something happened. Something happened. And what happened was they completely removed the very thing that had changed culture so radically from the 50s to the 60s. Like, I'm a gigantic fan of 1960s automobiles. I love them. There's something about the shapes of them, the way they sound. I mean, part of it is that I grew up in the 80s, and those were the cars we all wanted. When we were kids, you know, if a guy drove by in a 1969 Camaro, we would all be like, whoa, look at it. Look at that thing. But there's something about those shapes. There's something about the designs of those cars that resonates so strongly today. A 1990 car ain't worth shit. Nobody wants your fucking 1990 car. 1990 Camaro, get the fuck out of here with that thing. But if you have a 1968 Camaro, people will stop in a parking lot and stare at it. What is that? I think those guys were on drugs. I think all those guys were on drugs. I think the guy who created a Corvette had to be on drugs. These guys were, they felt something the same way Hendrix felt something when he was on stage playing guitar in a way nobody had ever heard before. That guy came out of nowhere, and everybody was like, what the fuck is he doing? It was so different that Eric Clapton watched him for the first time and was like, I should probably quit playing guitar. Like, what the fuck am I doing compared to this guy? Like, Jesus Christ, everybody was like humbled and confused by it. Psychedelic inspired, 100%. 100%. And there's something about throwing water on that in the 1970s that I think has done a massive disservice to our civilization, a massive disservice, because it's equated these things with people that have poor discipline and bad social skills and ne'er-do-wells who fail in society, and that's not true. So, and all these people that I know that are billionaires, I know people that are like super rich people that run these financial institutions, and I know a lot of like brilliant venture capitalist guys and brilliant tech guys, and almost all of them are enthusiasts. Almost all of them have had these experiences, and they're all kind of quiet about it. And it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate because of these stupid laws that were passed 50 years ago. We've gotten ourselves in this weird crunch where we've made things illegal that could massively help people progress in life and sort things out if we could figure out how to manage them correctly, if we could run proper studies about what is the correct dose. Is there a person that has a certain sort of biological makeup that makes these drugs problematic? Should we find out maybe someone's allergic to them? There's many medications and many different compounds and many plants and natural things that people are allergic to. Let's avoid that. Let's try to figure out what works for some people, what doesn't work. Let's have legitimate counselors that could guide people through experiences, people that have experienced it themselves and can understand how to do this with intent and possibly aid your life. They have been shown to be hugely beneficial for soldiers, for our military men and women coming back from overseas experiencing horrific trauma, to help them get past that. And yet they're illegal still. And we're both middle-aged men, right? So who is telling us what we can and can't do? This is preposterous. This is other men our age that haven't had these experiences maintaining this control on them in a completely ignorant way. They don't even know what they are. They don't know what these things are. They don't know what the experience is, and yet they want it to be kept out of the hands of kids. We've got to keep it off the streets. We've got to keep drugs away from our society. And you don't know what you're talking about. It might be why we're here, and it also, the absence of it, might be why we're so fucked up. It might be why we're so disconnected, why we're so disjointed, and our society is so hypocritical. I mean, the most pro-life people are also pro-death penalty. It's like across the board, everything. The people that, want no crime but don't want to stop the emergence of crime by funding programs to try to fix the inner cities, and they want to. Our whole thing is disconnected.